this is Ninghui Kim Khong Sai and you're watching TCN English News Edition. First, the headlines. ZUF cautions UNC to withdraw its February 2 press statement. Kuki Chief Association Tausim blog clarifies over posts in social media about false information regarding warning issue to the state government. Amit Shah asserts CAA implementations pre-elections breaks uniform civil code. News in detail. Zlanrong United Front cautions and inform United Naga Council to withdraw its February 2 press statement. The Zlanrong United Front has cautioned and informed the United Council to withdraw the unthought of press statement that they issued on February 2. In response to the UNC's press statement, Zlanrong United Front issued a press communique on Friday stating that they are impelled to deprecate the press communique of United Naga Council. Earlier on February 2, the UNC had appealed to the Imphal Valley Métis and Kuki-Zo groups to immediately desist from targeting, provoking, and attacking the Nagas, their homes and properties in Imphal Valley and also in the peripheral hill areas. The UNC had also stated that it will have no option but to call upon the Nagas populace in Imphal Valley to vacate it for taking up further appropriate measures thereafter if their appeal goes disrespected. Meanwhile, ZUF stated that the UNC message, instead of promoting peace and harmony, has carried adverse repercussive implications on the prevailing ethnic conflict. ZUF cautions the UNC to withdraw the press statement and make good again, to do away with all provocative repercussion that may scale the conflict to irreparable limit and to restore normalcy and peace in the state and in view of taking up harm reductions measure. ZUF stated that they understand that the press communique intends to carry a positive message. However, it has signaled a vicious threat to the survival and security to the entire Naga people and the Zlanrong living within Imphal Valley and inhabitants around the peripheral of the foothills of Imphal. On careful considerations on the aspect of the state positions of neutrality decided by UNC on the prevailing communal conflict between the Métis or Métis and the Kuki-Zo in the state of Manipur, it is obvious that the UNC's press communique has carried double connotations detrimental to the interest and intent desire of the people for peace and harmony in the state, stated the release. ZUF stated that the UNC, being the apex tribes-based organizations who is supposed to maintain Naga high ethical principles of peacemaking for both the war-waging communities in the interest of all the citizens of the state, should exercise utmost restraint from creating more vulnerable situations despite the harassment made out to some Naga individuals in the pretext of mistaken identity, as stated in the UNC press statement. The Zlanrong people have been living and maintaining a peaceful coexistence with Métis, Kukis, and all other communities for centuries, declaring that the Zlanrong people shall continue to promote social and communal harmony in the state and in the northeast region and at the world at large. ZUF stated that any adverse element opposing Zlanrong people ethic of peaceful coexistence will be defied and met with defensive measures. Any untoward incident that may happen to the community of Zlanrong citizens for failure of heeding these words of caution, the UNC should be held sole responsibility, says ZUF. ZUF shall exercise strict vigilance over the people to take stock of the situations and strive to maintain tranquility and harmonious coexistence among various communities, particularly in the Imphal Valley, periphery of the foothills and all Zlanrong inhabited territories, it added. ZUF informed the right-thinking citizens and general public to remain alert over such communal-based politics and propaganda taking advantage of the prevailing conflicts. The Kuki Chief Association, Smuggling, hereby clarified to all the railway authority as well as that of the general public that a viral message in which a warning issue to the government against the resuming of Ziribam Khongsang trade is unfounded and without any basis. It is also to inform the general public that there is no organizations by the name Kuki Zo Volunteers West Tanjong. As such, the Kuki Chief Association's Tosian Bloc appeals to the public that such unfounded message should not be circulated in social media as it can create confusion and panic among the people. Also, the Kuki Chief Association's Tosian Bloc had taken note of the press release issued by RNSOM that railway staffs have been detained on 30th January 2024, which is wrong information on their part. The Kuki MP Ziri, Tamenglong and Noneke IJNT had clarified regarding these misinformations on the next day itself through a press release along with providing copies to SP Tamenglong, SP Ziribam and CEO 39th Assam Rifle. As such, these are earnest appeal that falsified information should not be quoted in future so that peace and tranquility prevails in our area. Amit Shah, the Yunnan Home Minister, made several key statements during a recent event. Firstly, he expressed confidence in the BJP's electoral prospects, suggesting that they anticipate winning a substantial number of seats in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Specifically, citing 370 seats for the BJP and over 400 for the NDA coalition. As per the NDTV regarding the Citizenship Amendment XCAA, Shah reiterated its purpose, which is to provide citizenship to individuals from neighboring countries who face persecutions, particularly minorities from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh. He emphasized that the implementation of the CAA before the elections aims to address concerns and clarified that it doesn't intend to strip anyone of their Indian citizenship. Countering misinformation that he suggested he was misleading some in the Muslim community, Shah also touched upon the long-standing issue of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, highlighting the historical sentiment among many in India for its constructions at a site believed to be Lord Ram's birthplace. He criticized past political hindrance to the temple's construction, citing regions such as appeasement, politics, and concern over law and order. Furthermore, Shah discussed the concept of Uniform Civil Code (UCC), describing it as a constitutional agenda initially endorsed by leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru. He criticized the Congress party for neglecting the UCC due to what he termed as appeasement policies. He emphasized the importance of secular state in adopting a uniform civil code that transcends religious boundaries and mentioned the recent implementations of UCC in Uttarakhand as a step towards social change. Overall, Shah's remark underscored the BJP's electoral confidence, reaffirmed the purpose and timing of implementing the CAA, addressed the Ayodhya Temple issue, and advocated for a uniform civil code as a reflection of secular principles in governance. Mizoram Rajya Sabha member K. Valalvina said the locals will lose access to their kin and to a large swath of agricultural lands and fishing grounds due to the fencing and the removal of the FMR. Mizoram Rajya Sabha member K. Valalvina of the Mizo National Front and National Democratic Alliance member on Friday said he is not being allowed to speak in the House on the issue of India's decision to remove the Free Movement Regime (FMR) along the India-Myanmar border, despite submitting an application to raise it during 0 hour 4 times. He said it was a burning issue in the states along the India-Myanmar border, but tribal MPs from there are not given a single minute to raise the issue. Mr. Valalvina added that he had sent a memorandum to Home Minister Amit Shah on Thursday expressing serious concern and resentment over the decisions to remove the FMR. In the memorandum, he explained how the people of his state will lose access to their kin and to large swaths of agricultural lands and fishing grounds as a result of the fencing and the removal of the FMR, adding that the injustice imposed upon their people by the British arbitrarily demarcated borders continue to this day. The Britishers, during colonial period, had divided our ancestral land into 3 countries. The intentions of making fencing between our ethnic communities by the Union government is just the acceptance of the unjust ruling of the colonial rulers, he told the Hindu, adding the Union government could accept the wrongdoing of the British administrators upon the Northeast tribal people. I have visited many villages of the border area. They are all afraid of fencing the boundary because 80% of the long border is consisting of natural rivers, which is their good fishing ground from the time of their ancestor, Mr. Van Alvina explained. In the memorandum to the Home Minister, the Mizoram MP admitted that one may argue in favor of fencing with an intention to stop cross-border smuggling of arms, drugs, and illicit materials. But one must also note, he added, that such fencing had been done along the India-Bangladesh border, but it has not achieved fruitful results given how frequently security forces intercept such illegal consignments. Manipur welcomes free movement regime suspension with Myanmar. Some tribes unhappy. In fact, as for the India-Bangladesh border, Mr. Van Alvina said, I have realized that some villages have been put on outside fencing till today. That means many houses of our fellow Indian citizens were put outside border fencing. Moreover, a very long boundary rivers were also put outside fencing. We have been lost a lot of land due to Bangladesh border fencing. My suggestion is to remove all Indo-Bangladesh border fencing in the state of Mizoram. He added, as we all know, the Myanmar government, both democratic and military, never ever encroached our boundary during these 75 years. They are always good friends to India. There is no need to create border fencing. If we want to make fencing at the border, let us make along the China border in Ladakh and Arunachal, or at Pakistan border in Punjab and Kashmir, because these two countries are always making border encroachment. The Manipur Hills District Assemblies of God East India organized an effective leadership seminar today at Hilsang AG Church, where around 110 church leaders from various denominations joined the program. The resource persons of the program were Reverend Hubhohel on the topic roles of presbyters, elders, and local chairmen, Lalam Hauki President DWM on the topic finance management, role of department head, finance secretary, treasurer, and auditor, and Reverend J.K. Totang, former president, CBCAM, on the topic importance of Christians' education in today's church. Reverend Kaiser Kam also gave a lecture on the topic importance of effective leadership in today's church. The program ended successfully with a vote of thanks from Reverend A. Sangboy Kongsai, Assistant Superintendent. As children are one of the most vulnerable groups in the strife-torn state of Manipur, 5 children who had taken to Maharashtra with a false promise to provide free education were allegedly tortured and harassed by members of newly admitted schools. Department of Social Welfare, Government of Manipur rescued them safely with the support of the Government of Maharashtra. A lorry with effect promised to provide free education at Sri Swami Narayan English Medium School, Nashik, Maharashtra. 5 children from Manipur aged between 9 to 15 were taken to the state state. On the contrary to that, the children were reportedly maltreated and subjected to harsh punishment. Addressing media in a press conference held at the Department of Social Welfare today, its director, Ngangom Uttam Singh, said that the department had received a complaint report from the parents of 4 children whose words were sent to Sri Swami Narayan English Medium School to get free education. The parents reported that their children are being subjected to harsh punishment and torture, which is a clear violation of various provisions of children protection laws. Following the complaint report, his department approached the Commissioner of Social Welfare Government of Maharashtra requesting to rescue them. Consequently, the District Child Protection Unit, Nasik, have rescued 5 children from the above-mentioned school. They reported 5 children to the District Child Welfare Committee, Nasik, on February 3rd at 2 p.m., he added. He continued that a team of his department brought those children to Imphal today. They will hand it over to their respective parents. Their department feels so grateful that many generous people link for children to get free educations in this critical period of Manipur. However, those people involved in such activities should be very cautious before sending the children. They should verify the conditions of the school and whether it is safe or fit. Every parent should search out about the school before sending them blindly, he suggested, while stating that the department is working at the best level for the sake of the welfare of children. He also urged parents to avoid signing on blank paper or going through any document provided by the school authority before signing it. These documents can be easily misused or manipulated later. One of the victims told to India Today NTE that they had left info as a team to Nasik on December 3rd with the belief that they would get a good education. They were treated well for around 1 week. Since then, they gradually changed their attitude and started ill-treating by giving them harsh punishment without any appropriate reason. All 5 of them were unable to bear their torture as one of their friends got injured. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered the military to prepare to evacuate civilians from the southern Gaza city of Rafah ahead of an expanded offensive against Hamas. Some 1.5 million Palestinians are in Rafah to seek refuge from Israeli combat operations in the rest of the Gaza. The US has warned Israel an invasion of Rafah will be a disaster, while the EU and the UN both expressed concern. A group says it is not possible to evacuate everyone from the city. Netanyahu told military and security officials to submit to the cabinet a combined plan for evacuating the populations and destroying the battalions of Hamas. His office said on Friday, it is impossible to achieve the goal of the war without eliminating Hamas and by believing 4 Hamas battalions in Rafah. On the contrary, it is clear that intense activity in Rafah requires that civilians evacuate the areas of combat, the statement added. Earlier this week, Mr. Netanyahu said he had ordered troops to prepare to operate in Rafah and that total victory by Israel over Hamas was just months away. He made the comments while rejecting Hamas' latest proposed ceasefire terms. The BBC has been told that negotiators for Hamas are leaving the Egyptian capital, Cairo, with talks between the two sides now on hold. Thanks for joining us. That is all from us tonight.